Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to assemble a model kit. I'm also here to hang out with all of you. The mic's fine. Mic is fine. Before we get into anything else, right off the bat, I'm going to throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the Tier 2 blue emote into the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You can use other people's emotes. And if you feel like being a lurker and you don't want to say anything at all, just go ahead and lurk. That's also okay. It is a Thursday evening. I am working on the... Oh, shit. I forgot to update. God damn it. I forgot to update. It says, do you even forklift? I'm working on the Chaos Gundam No Grade. So, makers and crafting. I am usually way better about this, folks. I'm usually way better about remembering that after I do a Tuesday stream, I have to update everything again. And I did not remember to do that. And luckily I noticed it now that it said, do you even forklift? Hey, Harold, and hello, Lashbrook. It's been updated now. It should be updated for you. You might have to refresh, but it should say Gunpla. Because that is what I'm building, the types. The Chaos Gundam No Grade, which I've got right here. We've done the, that was a pretty long Gundam name, yes. The Chaos Gundam No Grade. You know what happened was, I was like, what's the full name of this kit? And I went to look on my title, and instead it just said, do you even forklift? And I was like, that's not what I want. We've got the shield done. We got the gun done. We've got the head, the chest, the waist. The side skirts aren't on yet. I assume the side skirts go on once I put the legs on. We are working on the feet now. Then we'll work on the legs and then the backpack. There's a chance we might finish tonight. I think we're going to finish on Saturday. I'm pretty sure Saturday we're going to finish. And then we can start working on the Gustav Karl. Before I get any further in as well, do want to just say a reminder, save the date, 6/23, that is a Tuesday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. It's my birthday subathon, starting there, running till late. I don't know how late. Instead of the normal Tuesday stream, we'll do that. It'll be fun. Gonna try to do a bunch of stuff. Now, as I go to the overhead camera and I start working on the feet here, I do have jury duty on the 22nd. Monday the 22nd, I have to go in for jury duty. Now, if I get put on an actual jury, if I get picked to be on a jury, then my Tuesday stream will get moved. I don't know when it would get moved to, but it would get moved. If I don't get picked for a jury, then we're fine. I'm going ahead and I'm not going to, what I don't want to do is move my stream and then not have jury duty, like full jury duty, not put on a case or anything, or be set on a case. And then as a jury gets picked, then we find out Tuesday, oh, hey, you don't have to come in. I'll make the decision Monday night. I'll talk about it on Monday night's stream. Because, it won't affect my stream if I have the jury, if I get that. So I am It would probably be smarter for me to say, okay, well, I'm going to postpone it because I don't know what's going to happen with this. But I'm choosing not to do that, even if it would be smarter. Mainly because I just don't want to. I don't want to find out on Monday that I haven't been picked for a jury and that I could have done the stream on Tuesday. I'd rather forge ahead and then cancel it or postpone it rather than postpone it and then fucking just do a regular Tuesday stream on my goddamn birthday. I don't know. It is frustrating to be in this kind of limbo with it where I'm pushing ahead with the stream and then maybe won't be able to do it. I don't know. I could, here's the thing. Here's what I could do. Change the time of the stream, right? just change the time of the stream. The main reason why it's at 3:30 p.m. is because I would like Jeff Gerstmann to go on a raid when his Tuesday podcast recording ends, right? That's why it's at 3:30. I mean, it's also at 3:30 so that it can go as late as I want it to. So I could just be like, okay, well, I get out at 5, I get back here by 5:30. I just do it at 6. I could just do that. I could just do it at 6 p.m. Eastern time instead of 3:30 p.m. That's a shame. And that's probably what I'll end up doing, is just start it at a later time. I don't know. Here's the thing that's actually gonna be fucked about this jury summons. So cell phones are allowed in the courthouse, right? You can bring a cell phone. You want to put it on silent or turn it off when you're inside the courthouse, a courtroom. The room for that. You want to turn that off. But you can just be in the courthouse with a cell phone. You're not supposed to bring a cell phone if you have jury duty. And what most people would just do is leave their phone in their car, right? I'm not going to be driving to jury duty. I'm going to be dropped off at jury duty. What the fuck do I... What do I do? I'm like literally at a loss about that part. It like dawned on me. I'm like, wait, if I can't bring a phone to jury duty, which makes sense. I when I did grand jury a bunch of years ago, I could bring my phone, but whatever. Jury room, can't bring my phone with me. I don't know what to do. Like, I have to find a cell phone, I guess. Like, I'm not a cell phone. I have to find like a public phone and like text. I guess what I would do is, what I'm gonna have to do is ask someone else on the jury if please, would you allow me to text my ride with your phone? I am going to have to ask a stranger who also got released from jury duty. Or if I didn't get released from jury duty and if I get picked for a jury and I'm on the jury, wait until we get released for the day and then go outside. But also remember, other people who are also in there don't have their cell phones that also get picked for a jury. So I'll have to go out to the parking lot, make some kind of friends with, acquaintance with someone who also was in there, and then be like, hi, I need to text my ride. Would you mind helping me? I'm going to have to do that. I think that's the best option I have, which I must make clear is not a good option. That's a terrible option. It feels bad to even mention that out loud, but I think that's my best option. I did think about, what if I took my laptop and then found a Wi-Fi signal? I was like, they don't say you can't bring a laptop. They say don't bring a cell phone. Could I bring my laptop or my iPad? Could I bring my iPad with me and then find a Wi-Fi signal and send an iMessage with my iPad to my ride to come get me? I don't know. Lasbury says, surely they have contingencies for this. I guess so. Like, I guess another option is at a desk at the courthouse, say, hey, I don't have a phone with me. as per you know, as required. But I need to get picked up. May I use a phone? I guess. I maybe there's a payphone and I could call collect. And just say, you know, I'm calling collect so you can pick me up. Don't accept the charges. You know, I'll just say my name and you hear my name and you can just not accept the charges and hang up and then come get me. I guess I could do that. I don't know. Bring a bunch of change and then is there a payphone at my courthouse? Why would there be? Because everybody's got their ding dang phone. Hey, this is my thing. Why can't I bring a phone for jury duty? Do they think I'm going to be just on my phone? I only wanted to text my ride. I have until the 21st to, or sorry, 22nd. I have till the 22nd to figure this out. I haven't figured it out. I don't know. I'll say this. Hadn't really thought about, I bet they don't want you to bring a laptop. I bet they don't want you to bring a laptop to jury duty, jury selection. I probably shouldn't do that. Or an iPad. And then also it's like, do they have Wi-Fi? Can I, if I bring my iPad, you know, can I even get on Wi-Fi and then send an iMessage? Like, is that even going to work? Like, I have looked up the courthouse to see if there were Yelp reviews of the courthouse. There are. They're not very helpful. One of them was about how they didn't, because you can put in an allowance for gas if you get picked for a jury, and they like wrote down, you know, according to this person, on purpose, they wrote down the numbers wrong so that they could get less money for their drive. That which doesn't mean anything for me. It doesn't help me at all. I was like, okay. And someone wrote a nice review. Apparently their judge was nice. I was like, okay. This doesn't help me. We're going to build, we built 2 feet. We're going to build a whole leg, and then we'll build the other leg. And we'll just get into that. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, well, on one hand, when I was on a grand jury in Brooklyn, I took the subway to and from the grand jury. So that was easy and fine. That was not a problem. I just did that. And I had no issue doing that. That was just an easy thing. I was just like, took the subway and didn't have any problems. Also, like I said, I had my phone. Couldn't use it, you know, while things were happening, but in break time, I used my phone. Man. I gotta double check. I'm gonna make sure this is nowhere near you seeing it, but I just won't be like, think that select term of central core for the week. Understand further. Claim violates the provisions. Any sanction of law. Summon to appear, location. Answer the summons for Junior. Lord Crashin just sub for 83 months. Thank you so much, Lord Crashin. Let's throw a Bear Cave Lego site tier 2 blue emote in chat. Thank Lord Crashin for the continued support. Appreciate you very much. And Lord Crashin has redeemed the trivia. Give me a second, and I will take care of that. Hurry for the central jury. I will get to you in just 1 second, Lord Crashins, and I just have to look up something real quick. All right. Okay. All right. Before we continue working on this model kit, Lord Crashington hit the trivia button, redeem channel points for trivia. Thank you for using your channel points. And so I will go for my the useless trivia here. Nathan also just subscribed with Prime for 45 months. Thank you so much, Nathan. Let's throw the Bear Cave Lego site tier 2 blue emote in chat, and thank Nathan as well for the continued support. Thank you, Nathan, and thank you, Lord Crashington, for both renewing your subs today. That's very kind of you. Going both types. We got the cash money, and we got the Prime Gaming. So I'm going to read this trivia question, and you can let me know in the chat what you think the answer is. This is a question about an American state that is not Kansas. That's the category, we're not in Kansas anymore. And the question reads, what was the original name of the state of New York? New Brunswick, Yorktown, New Amsterdam, and Yorkshire. Was the original name of the state of New York New Brunswick, Yorktown, New Amsterdam, or Yorkshire? I will say that folks that are fans of a particular song that was covered by a particular band may know that it was indeed C, New Amsterdam. Even old New York was once New Amsterdam. Why they changed it, I can't say. People just liked it better that way. That's the lyric. If you ever wondered what the lyric for Istanbul, not Constantinople was, one of the lyrics is, even old New York was once New Amsterdam. Why'd they change it? I can't say. People just liked it better that way. That's the song. I don't know if that's useless. Lord Christ says, I know this because I found it in a Wikipedia session a few months ago. Hell yeah. Nice. Again, I know it because of the lyrics. Also, because I find even old New York was once New Amsterdam is a great, just fucking lyric. Is a great fun lyric. Even old New York. Just like good vibes. That's a fun song. It is from you may know it from the Tiny Toon Adventures episode where they just did weird music videos for They Might Be Giant songs, and I don't understand why they did it, but it's great. New New York. Yes. And of course, York, Hampshire, England. If it's got new in front of it, Mexico, if it's got new in front of it, that's a fun thing that I think I certainly have not, I didn't question for many years of my life, probably too many years of my goddamn life, where I was just like, hey, I wonder, like, wonder about this. Like, is it just one of those things where you're like, yeah, they just stuck new in front of it? I don't think Newfoundland is one of them. I'm pretty sure I don't think Newfoundland is just Newfoundland. I think that's just cute. I don't think that's real. But the other ones, like, yeah, never super occurred to me that they just like that York is a place. Like, oh yeah, New York is just new thrown in front of York. It had not occurred to me. It should have, but it didn't. E12. E12's over here. Working on our legs. Let's see. Anime color. Let's see. All right, we're gonna do this. Unfortunately, we're gonna do the layoff block. There are a bunch of layoffs in the games industry. Quick thing, we'll know soon. It sounds like things are going to be bad at Microsoft, according to Bloomberg. That basically the first week of July there will be layoffs. Because that Tuesday, the June 30th, their fiscal year ends, and then they will have layoffs that week. And it sounds like a bunch of people are gonna get laid off. And that is in part because of overspending. In part, it is because of like even fewer, the margins on consoles is going to be worse and worse as the price of, and it certainly many years, for folks to remember this, the price of consoles would go down over time because they would get better deals of some stuff. Sometimes the technology would be a little old. They would do a redesign that would make it smaller and use and they could cut down on costs for that. That's not the case anymore. The price of components just fucking went up. It just fucking went up. So that's a big thing. And then also the margins are small, right? Like, yes, Microsoft as an entity does very well for itself, but Xbox is just one cog in just a part of the larger thing. And of course, one of the easiest ways to reduce costs is to lay people off. Unfortunately, that has been and will continue to be the easiest fucking way to reduce your overhead, is to suddenly not have to pay some salaries and not have to pay into insurance. You suddenly free up a bunch of money. It's the shits. Ubisoft is closing some studios and making some layoffs. It sounds like it's going to be upwards of 300, close to 400. Ubisoft Winnipeg and Ubisoft Belgrade are being shut down. And there'll be some reductions across the Barcelona studio and a lot of in their publishing. Ubisoft Barcelona is expected to remain open, but will be restructured. And it will become solely a studio that only works on Rainbow Six games. Winnipeg has been focused on their internal engines, which Rainbow Six Siege and, of course, Immortals Phoenix Rising use the Anvil and Snowdrop engines. And it looks like the Belgrade studio was mostly a support studio with a focus on PC ports of their own games. We'll see what happens at those studios. Should be worth noting, not mentioned in the game developer story that I'm reading on this, but certainly brought up in conversation. Laying people off and closing studios in Winnipeg is a bitter pill to swallow, not just because of the, just how many people are negatively affected by these kinds of things, certainly, but also because Canadian taxpayers have put in quite a bit of money into Ubisoft to continue to be a company that hires Canadians. They have like grants and subsidies are plentiful for them. And then, of course, the response to that is eliminating jobs in Canada, which is very fucking frustrating. Certainly. No way around that. Just sucks. Embracer has closed an Amsterdam studio for the VR developer Vertigo Games. That is the team that made Metro Awakening. The CEO indicated the studio was closed in response to adverse conditions within the VR market, which is outside of it being an Embracer situation, understandable. Vertigo Games still exists. It's just this was a subsidiary or one of the, a secondary studio. And then finally, there were layoffs at IGN. 6 members of the engineering team that works on IGN.com and Humble Bundle's website were laid off on Tuesday. And of those 6 laid off, 4 of them, oh shit, I missed a piece here. Sorry. 4 of them were due to join the IGN union because they are attempting to expand the unit to include engineering, product, and Humble Bundle workers. Right now, nobody even if you work in editorial at Humble, which they do have, nobody at Humble is part of the IGN union, the IGN Creators Guild, I should say, which is, of course, a union, but that's the full name. The IGC, IGNGC. Now, you may have heard this. There was a lot, obviously, going on at Summer Game Fest, so you might not have heard about this. Okay, so I was supposed to put this on first. That's annoying. That workers made a bit of a fuss in order to get the word out and to get the attention of management, where because they, of course, were doing IGN Live in a venue in LA, the guild chalked around messages outside of it, which were then cleaned up every day, because of course they weren't going to leave chalked messages in support of a union just out and about for people to read. Everybody knew that would happen. Let's see. They don't necessarily think there is a connection between the two, but of course, as we often talk about in these scenarios, in these situations, it only further strengthens the union. When you have you're telling me that IGN did this big live event, they have all of their resources going into IGN coverage of Summer Game Fest, they did all of that, and then immediately after it's over, now it's time to lay people off. Cool. Why would anyone that works there want to put any effort into their jobs? If it's like, oh, you got to work hard because we got this thing, it's a big, important time for us. And it's just like, yeah, but you could just get laid off at any time. That sucks. That's all the layoff news. I did want to say one other thing. This is unrelated to layoffs, but it is related to Summer Game Fest. Many people, I will say, many people think that it should be called Summer Games Fest because it's video games. But the fest part is for festival. And when you do a festival, it's a singular before it. Like you don't go to, it's not the Tribeca Films Festival. It's a Tribeca Film Festival. That's why it's Summer Game Fest, not Summer Games Fest. It's also the Game Awards, like similarly. But that's why. It's because for a festival, it's the style, not like, oh, it's a festival of games. No, it's a festival of the category game. Which still doesn't feel right, but is correct. Which is the worst kind of right. When you're like, well, I don't feel good about that, but yeah, all right. I guess. That's where we're at with that. It doesn't feel good, but it is right. Yeah, feels bad, man, on that instance. In my opinion. All right, we're going to put C's here. Yeah, all right. All right, got my polycaps that I need. Polycap C and polycap C. We're getting this all together, folks. We're doing it. We're making it happen. AW Forbidden Door. Some matches have been announced. Well, one has been decided, and then 2 other matches got announced last night. That'll be the end of this month. I will briefly mention the matches that have been booked. We knew that the men's and women's Owen Hart Cup finale, the final, the winner for the Owen Hart this year, will take place at Forbidden Door. They are, in my opinion, wrongly, but AEW says that they're going to have 3 main events. The Owens and another match are all main event matches, which I agree with you. The folks that are scoffing at that, there's no such thing as 3 main events. There's a main event. But anyway, the Owens are main event matches, apparently. Will Ospreay is taking on Swerve Strickland in the men's final. We do not know the women's final. It's probably Mercedes versus Athena. Like, that's what it feels like it's going to be. But it could be Hazuki could beat Mercedes. I don't think Hazuki's going to beat Mercedes. Maya World could also beat Athena, which doesn't feel right. But then some people were like, Maya World beats Sky Blue. It's like, yeah, Sky Blue doesn't really, that's different. Those are different things. Maya World also, man, this is a little side thing, folks. Because even if you don't appreciate, if you're not interested in the wrestling thing, you might have an opinion on this. So, Maya World, not originally scheduled to be in the tournament. We were to have, because they want to have some Stardom folks involved. Sari was going to be in the tournament. She flew from Japan. Her tag partner came with her because she was like, if I don't get cleared, I want my tag partner to take my space. Now, I don't know if Tony Khan was just like, what? No. What? I don't care. Or if it was like, she's also not cleared. But either way, they didn't do that. They had Maya World take her spot. Maya World signed to AEW. Hasn't really done a lot. She's in a tag team. So she's been around. She's had some matches on Ring of Honor. She had a personal tragedy. Her younger brother passed away completely unexpectedly. Does not sound great. Details are sparse, and we don't need to know those. But it was a heartbreaking moment for Maya World, and it's been out there. People know about it, but they mentioned it on camera. They mentioned it you know, like, oh, she had tragedy and she's here, you know, to represent her family and all that, and for this opportunity. And I was like, if Sky Blue wins this match, then AEW is a fucked company, because like a lot of people wouldn't have known that she was going through something that traumatic, and because you don't have to bring it up, but they brought it up, and then Maya World won, and it was like, okay, well, Sari was supposed to win, and then Athena, like, and they just said, let's give her a bone. Let's not have Athena versus Sky Blue. Instead, we'll have Maya World versus Sky Blue, which is interesting and cool. But it was nice. Anyway, it'll probably be Athena versus Mercedes in the finals. That's my guess anyway, which is good. That's going to be a kick-ass match. That's a cool match at Forbidden Door. Let's see, what else was it? Via video package, we found out that Zack Sabre Jr., the best technical wrestler in the world, one of the best wrestlers in the world, period, but certainly the best technical wrestler in the world, has put in a challenge to Kenny Omega. They have only wrestled 2 times before. Kenny Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. is a match on Forbidden Door, and that's fucking cool as shit. Also, it's taping tonight and then airing on Saturday. Kenny Omega is facing a stablemate of Zack Sabre Jr., Bad Dude Tito. And Bad Dude Tito getting a paycheck from AEW is weird to me. But good on him. Good going, Bad Dude. A perfectly okay wrestler, Bad Dude Tito. Perfectly fine. Let's see. And then also Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe wants a title shot against MJF. MJF says no. Mark Briscoe talked to Tony Khan, and you're like, oh, did Tony Khan give him a title shot? No. Tony Khan said they talked, and they were like, well, if he wins a cool match, then Mark Briscoe gets a title shot. It will be Mark Briscoe and 5 people that he gets to pick versus MJF and 5 people from the Don Callis family. And if Briscoe's team wins, then he gets an AEW World Championship match against MJF, and it's in a steel cage. Now, I had assumed, this is how they get some New Japan talent involved, right? It'll probably be Ishii. That's a New Japan talent. And they'll get some other people. They might do that. But I was like, oh, that's weird that they announced it's just the Don Callis family is going to help with MJF. I'm hoping that it's not. It's going to be Kevin Knight and then other people. You would imagine Speedball might help out Mark Briscoe. He's not in the conglomeration, but he is affiliated. You could make a case that Takeshita would be on Briscoe's team. Like, if you need 5 people, you could do Ishii. You might not want to do the conglomeration that are in the trios, that have the trios belts. You might want to have them do other stuff. You might not even have Tomohiro Ishii. You might just do, like, Takeshita and Speedball and the trios champions, because you don't have to, because like Mark Davis will probably be in the Don Callis side of it and have the belt. I'm fine with it. Now, some people are mad. They're mad that MJF is not defending the championship against someone from New Japan or someone from CMLL. This is also how you get CMLL people in there, because you can have Hechicero involved in that. Also, there is a Don Callis member that's, I forget who. There is a CMLL Don Callis member that is not Hechicero. So you can just do that and get some CMLL folks in there. I don't know. I know some people were mad about that, but my thing is, the name Forbidden Door doesn't really mean that anymore, because AEW is kind of just the Forbidden Door zone. Like every match in AEW, not every match, but a lot of matches in AEW are kind of just the Forbidden Door. It's just the name of a pay-per-view. I wish that they did more, but they don't. Like maybe like yeah, the Survival of the Fittest TBS Championship thing, which I don't think is at Forbidden Door. I don't know. I don't think they've announced that. That doesn't have anybody from any other promotion in it. Zack Sabre, right now, Zack Sabre Jr., the only confirmed person from New Japan, although there probably might be a few more. Might be a few more. All right, so we got that together. We got that. Gotta do 17, 19. The card is shaping up. I'm interested in this. I will be getting that pay-per-view as usual, as per usual. And I am I'm excited. I do like a good dumb brawl. Like steel cage. That's cool. We'll see how it goes. My actual fear is that Darby Allin's going to be in it because, of course, is mad at Kevin Knight. And so my fear is that it's going that instead of Speedball being in there, it'd be Kevin Knight, or not Kevin Knight. It'd be Darby. Also, that way Darby could like jump off a dumb thing, which he likes to do. That could be what they do. Let's see, a couple other news stories. I don't have a lot to say about the Nintendo Direct, but I'll just kind of go through it a little bit. Let's see. If you want to play the next Rhythm Heaven Groove, that's on July 2nd. It's going to be on the Switch. So if you did not get a Switch 2, you can still play a cool game, which is nice for you and everybody else. That looks cool. Also, there's some cooperative games on that Rhythm Heaven. That's cool. Let's see. Nothing really to say here. August 4th, Big Walk is coming to the Switch 2. And that is a walk and talk, as they call it, a walk and talk co-op game from the people that brought you Untitled Goose Game. Untitled Goose Game is doing another game called Big Walk. And that trailer is cute. And I was like, yeah, all right. I'm on board. I like that trailer. I'm interested in seeing more of that. One Piece Grand Gourmet, which is a restaurant management sim set in the world of One Piece. Just weird. That's coming to Switch and Switch 2 in October. And apparently on the Switch 2 version, you can use a mouse. It will support mouse control. One of the weirdest features of the Switch 2. That looked neat. That looked cute. Pokemon Pokepia is getting a free update, which lets you use the dive ability. You can go to the seafloor, and there are going to be some underwater Pokemon, like motherfucking Poplio. Poplio is back, everybody. Get into it. There is an expansion pass. The first paid update, Bubble Basin, will launch in August, which is a new area and new Pokemon. So they are basically doing like like you can just buy each individual one, or you can buy the expansion pass and get all of it. But it's good that they're going to keep supporting that. That's good because Pokepia is a cool game that I've enjoyed watching people play on stream. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, which is the next entry coming out in September for Fire Emblem. That's not my jam, but I know it is many people's jams, so I hope I hope that that character trailer was sufficiently hype for everybody. Let's see. DK Challenge and Donkey Kong Bonanza. There's a challenge event on Switch Online for a bunch of different Donkey Kong games into Gauntlet challenges, which is running until September 1st. And from a couple people I know, they do not enjoy it. They do not think it is being done well or handled well. That is only from 2 people that I've talked to. So don't let that be the thing that you're focusing on. The people what brought you Vampire Survivors is making a fucking Jujutsu Kaisen game. Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble Survivation is going to feature 20 playable characters across the anime and manga franchise. Coming to Switch 2. That's fucking weird, man. That's a weird... I like the Jujutsu Kaisen, like their video games are weird. You know, they did like a regular fighting game, but then also in that fighting game, there was like a baseball game that was a throwback to old school baseball. Because there's an episode of Jujutsu Kaisen where they play baseball. So they put a whole fucking baseball game in their fighting game. Lord Christ says, I've never seen the anime, but I'd play that for more Vampire Survivor style fun. Yeah. Also, the characters in Jujutsu Kaisen fucking kick ass. There's some cool ass characters with some really cool powers. So like, that's just fucking neat. That'll be a good time. I don't know. That I was like, oh, that's cool as hell. Some other stuff. Devil May Cry 5 Devil Hunter Edition is coming out on my birthday. Does it have a single player mode? Asked Lashbrook. I don't know. Xenoblade Genesis, which is the next Xenoblade game coming out next year. Nintendo Switch Sports Resort is coming to the Switch 2. That has boxing, table tennis, archery, volleyball, regular tennis, bowling, basketball, golf, skateboarding, power cruising, prop plane flying, jump rope, and thumb wrestling. Which is, to me, the odd thing out. Because that's a sport? I don't know. Let's see. Hello Kitty Party Land is a Mario Party style game. And that's coming October 29th to Switch and Switch 2. So if you are a Switch 2, or sorry, if you don't have a Switch 2, you got a Switch. And you got friends that want to play. If you want to play Mario Party-like games, but as Bats Maru, I don't know if Bats Maru is in Hello Kitty Party Land. As Pom Pom Purin, you'll be okay. I don't know if Pom Pom Purin's in there. I don't know if... oh, shit. What's that name? Big Challenges. I don't know if Big Challenges, the alligator, is in that game. I don't know if Pochi, the other alligator, Pochi is Bats Maru's pet alligator, not to be confused with Big Challenges, the alligator, the other alligator from Sanrio. I can't believe that I had to search in my memory banks the name of Big Challenges. I was like looking it up as it came to me. And I'm like, how? How could I fuck this up? I know who Big Challenges is. I apologize, everybody. I really almost beefed it on that one. Final Fantasy Resonance, which is a HD 2D Final Fantasy game. And it is a turn-based RPG where you summon characters from other Final Fantasy games. And that's also going to be Switch and Switch 2 on October 22nd. That's a cool fucking idea for a video game. Summon, like, they already made all those characters. Yeah, fuck it. Summon some of the characters we made. Go for it. This is like, I don't know, it's just a cool idea. I think that's pretty neat. Other leg here. It's based on one of the mobile games. That makes sense, Lord Crashington. Piku Niku 2 is the sequel to Piku Niku. That's coming out next year. Piku Niku 2. Now, should it have been called Piku Niku Tuku? No, it shouldn't have been called that. That's too cutesy. You can call it that if you want, but that's not the official name. Sorry. Duskbloods coming to Switch 2. That is the that you may remember this as the thing that some people got very mad about. That doesn't help, I know. But From Software is making a game only on the Switch 2 called The Duskbloods. And there is going to be a closed network test this summer for the game. That's about all we really know about Duskbloods, other than, again, it is a Switch 2 exclusive from Software. Which is weird. Strange. The next Splatoon game is Splatoon Raiders. That is a single-player Splatoon game. Treasure hunting and fighting. It's going to have its own direct on June 30th, leading up to the game, because it's coming out on July 23rd. And if you have the Nintendo Today app, there will be comics for it leading up to the launch. I don't know. I think those comics start on the direct, I believe. I don't have the Nintendo Today app, so I couldn't tell you. The 5th chapter of Deltarune is coming out, and they got on the fucking Nintendo Direct, and that rules. Congrats to Toby and crew. Deltarune, 5th chapter, launches on the 24th of this month. That's June 24th. If you can believe it. Which you should, because I'm not lying to you. Please believe me. What else? Metaphor ReFantasio is coming to Switch 2 on the November 12th. That's right. A video game is coming out in November. That is not Grand Theft Auto 6. They were like, this kind of old-ass port. You get that now. If you're not going to play that, maybe we'll like this. Minecraft is getting a Switch 2 port, which will allow you to import things you've made on your Switch. And that's coming out sometime this year. We're going to talk about this here. Montage looked kind of neat. Oh no, yeah, there was a sorry. I wrote games that montage of games that look kind of neat, and I just said montage look kind of neat instead of this is there was a montage of games that look kind of neat. Space Marine 2 coming there. DayZ coming to Switch 2. Metal Gear Solid 2 Master Collection. Rise of the Tomb Raider is already out. SnowRunner is out. Final Fantasy 14 is get early access in August. Tales of Eternia Remastered. And then, of course, Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 4 is a video game. I literally saw someone like 2 days before the Switch thing say, well, you know, with Square Enix abandoning Kingdom Hearts, and is like, did they? They did not. They did not abandon Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 4 is a game. It's coming. Kingdom Hearts 4 had new footage. It's coming to Switch 2 on launch, but it does not have a release date. So, but it will be on the Switch 2 when it comes out. And then there's a remake of Ocarina of Time, and that's coming out later this year, and that's neat. I like Ocarina of Time. It'll be cool for people that have a Switch 2 to play that. I am not opposed to the idea of that existing. Would I like them to do a new game? Yeah. But like, also they can do that. Not against that. Not going to come out as being anti them making that remake. There's a lot of remakes. On Saturday's stream, we will go through the list of games that are coming out in September and October in an attempt to get out before GTA 6. That number seems to just be fucking increasing and increasing. Although, and there was even one game that there's been a couple games that are like, we're moving to January or February. We're not even doing this. Nobody's coming out sooner, but they're like, we're getting the fuck out of here. It's you know what? It's understandable. I'll say that. To me, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. You do you. You figure yourself out. All right. Okay, this goes like this. That goes like that. This goes like that. There is a transformation for this kit, sort of. It's like a different fighting stance. So that's why these things move around. That's why this moves around. That's why this leg bends like that as well. Even though it seems weird, there's just going to be a lot of... This kit's going to have some movement to it. It's so light. I'm so used to 1/100 scale kits being master grades and being dense. And this kit is not dense because it is a no grade. It is not dense at all. And that is still unusual to me. All right, we'll continue to work on the other leg here, and then the side skirt pieces. After the pause for the cause, we'll come back and do that in a bit. This is going to be my opportunity to talk to you, friends, about ways that you can support the channel and what I do here. Everything I'm about to talk about is optional. You are under no obligation to do any of these things, but if you would like to, I will give you opportunities that if you wanted to, you could support me and what I do here. First things first, if you're currently a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, the Tier 2 blue emote. Being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here through Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link with your Twitch. You can do it like Nathan did and use your Prime token, or you can use Cash Money like Lord Crashington did. Either way, that's very beneficial to your friend Pat. It helps me out quite a bit if you wanted to. If you want to, you could. But yeah, that is a way to support me and what I do here. The easiest way, you could gift a sub. We've had some gifted subs this month. We had Harold and the BFM gifted some subs. Very kind of them. You could do that as well. You could, of course, also cheerleading, totally acceptable. That is another way to support me. Now, there are other ways that are not through Twitch. That's just the easiest because you're already here on Twitch, and I'll go through those as quickly as I can. I have a Patreon at patreon.com/PatBear. Over my Patreon, there's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. There are different rewards for the different tiers. Consider joining me on Patreon. It would be nice if you wanted to jump in on the Patreon. There's also my YouTube channel, youtube.com/PatBear. Now, of course, subscribing to YouTube is free, and I would love it if you did. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I make videos on there, and I'd like you to check those videos out. Harold just cheered. Thank you so much, Harold.
Yeah.
Because I don't have, yeah, we do that, yes. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I forgot. That's not the yeah button, it's cha-ching. Thank you very much, Harold, for cheering. I apologize that I hit the wrong button, hit the yeah button. Thank you. Now our cheerleader board has Harold at the top. That's cool. But yeah, my YouTube channel, subscribing is free. Becoming a member, $2 a month. You'll get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. So you'll know what the next mecha show that I'm yelling about is. Because it's Mecha Month. There's a new theme every month. Free yes giving out. I know, Lord Crash tonight. I can't believe it. It's just been so long since I hit the cha-ching button. That I just didn't remember. So those are monthly ways to support me financially. You could, if you wanted to, throw something in the tip jar at my Ko-Fi or my PayPal. If you want to, and I'll put links to that. Everything that comes in my way through direct donations, through YouTube, which includes AdSense. So if you watch my videos, that also financially supports me through Patreon and through Twitch. All goes into a fund, and from that fund, I pull money out to buy model kits. When I saw this, there was a sale going on at USA Gundam Store, and I was like, I want this. I want this kit. I didn't know they made no grades for C Destiny. I really want this kit. And I was able to pick this kit up because of your generosity. Past you has helped out present me. Now, I should make this clear. I have a backlog full of all kinds of cool shit that I like building. But somebody bought something off my Amazon wishlist because my birthday is coming up. And well, happy birthday to me. And somebody purchased something off my wish list for my birthday. Chris, thank you to Chris. So the next thing I'm going to build is not my backlog. It is a kit that was purchased for me specifically to build on stream. If you would also like to do that, you can go to my Amazon wish list. You can see that I have model kits and Lego sets, inexpensive kits, expensive kits, all kinds of different things and things. I got a paper craft set on there. I've got some knockoff Lego, some all kinds of different things and things that I'd be happy to build. If you see something on the wish list that you would like to see me put together, you could pick it up. And like I said, you could do it for my birthday. You could. You don't have to, but you could. I do have an alternative to Amazon, which is I've wishlist on Throne. I will be updating that soon. I'm going to carve out some time this weekend to update that again. So check out my wishlist on Throne. And then if you want to support me financially and you need to be complicated, you can go to USA Gundam Store and you can buy a gift card. They will send you an email with a gift card code. Then you can send me a whisperer on Twitch or a private message on Blue Sky or Mastodon with that gift card code. And then I will use that gift card code to buy something from USA Gundam Store. It is, again, the most complicated and convoluted way to support me financially. But it's also pretty cool. Let's see. Anything else? I have a Discord. You can join my Discord if you'd like. We love hanging out in the Discord. Come hang out with us. And then, let's see. Okay. Couple video links. Pat Bear's Anime Club. I put up a new episode this week. This week's Pat Bear's Anime Club is about, it's a rant. And I ranted about a trend that I do not like in manga and anime, which is, okay, there's a fantasy story, right? A guild, and somebody kicked out of their party and they have cool powers. Somebody died and was reincarnated in a different world, whatever it is, right? There'll also be a thing, or it could be like, it's the regular world that we know it, except they're dungeons now. And also, there's live streaming. And I don't like that part. I don't want my fantasy MC to also be a streamer. I don't want to see chat of nameless people. I don't like that. It is a trope that I do not enjoy. I don't want to call it a trend, but it's leaning towards trend. Right now I don't like it. So I did a rant video about it, showed some examples of some manga and a manhwa, South Korean comic, about how I just don't like they're just being like, hey, here's text from people that don't matter to the story. I don't like it. And then Kuma Baer is my weekly anime recommendation series. And this week, I'm recommending a phenomenal series. Dirty says, you don't want to see text in the sword from Sword Killing Family 897. No, I don't. Kuma Baer. The most recent Kuma Baer is about Brave, Bang, Bravern. Brave Bang Bravern is a phenomenal mecha series. Now, we often talk about the subtext in mecha series and how there is a lot of longing between male characters in that. And there are a few that are queer, but most mecha series are at best just like male focused and male friendship focused, and they're not really loves like Char and Amaru. It's like not really a thing, but like it's a thing, but it's not really a thing. This show's fucking gay as hell. Complimentary. It is an unbelievably queer show. It is wild and strange, and there is no spoilers, there is an explanation about two of the characters and why they are drawn to one another, that even with that explanation, which is insane, it's still like, yeah, but they're in love. Yeah, but they're in love. It's a wild series. Happy Pride. Please watch the gayest fucking mecha series of all time. One of the gayest, right? Because there are other ones that are like, well, this one's also pretty queer, but this one is exceedingly, exceptionally, unbelievably, hugely, bigly queer. You should watch it. It's a great series. Watch my 1 minute about it, 1 minute video about it, and then watch the series, the full series. Do that. All right. I have some anime to chat with you about as we continue to work on some legs on this kit. Before I do that, real quick, not the hard sell, not the big sell. Just a reminder, my birthday stream, June 23rd, starting at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. I have a plethora of model kits to assemble. Model kit, a Lego set, some packs from Magic the Gathering, the Ninja Turtles. I have 3 packs of those to crack. A tier maker list I want to do. I want to show off my weird collection of mods in Fallout 4. There's a terrible beverage that I don't want to drink, but I will. And then, of course, if I hit 90 subs on that day, I will bring back 404ing it, breaking down the internet, and I will stream that on July 21st. Now, did I when I announced that, did I know that there would be around that date, July 21st, that around that date there would be fucking Power Wash Simulator 2 update, and also the Star Wars pack for Power Wash Simulator, which is coming July 16th? No, I didn't realize that. Because I might have wanted to do that. That's a Thursday. So I would do it that Tuesday. So if I do hit 90, the Star Wars stuff is going to have to come later. Sorry. That's just the way it is. Anyway, we're going to dramatically transition back to the overhead camera. I'm going to drink some water. We're going to continue working on this model kit, and we'll do all of that right now. I honestly considered, hey, what if that week I do model kit building on that Tuesday in July, and then do on that Thursday, I just play Power Wash Simulator. I was like, too and do that. Like maybe I could do that. I don't know if I want to do that. Switch things up like that. It'll just be that we won't do the Star Wars stuff in Power Wash Simulator 2 until the 28th of July. Also, there's a chance that there's a good chance I don't hit 90 subscribers, right? Do I think that people would get on board with the idea of me bringing back 404ing it as a solo stream enough that I will hit 90 subscribers on my birthday stream? I think that's likely, but it's not necessarily going to be the thing. I'm not guaranteeing it. It could happen. I don't know. Anyway, Witch Hat. I thought things were going to happen in this episode, and I feel like things are going to happen in the next episode. And I'm like, I don't know. I really did think that more stuff was going to happen in this episode. I just want to check something. Is there 13 episodes in this series, or is there just 12? Wait. Okay, there are 13. That makes so much more sense. Jesus, that makes so much more sense. Okay. I was like, this did not feel like the 11th episode of a show of 12. Okay, that makes more sense. There are 13 episodes. All right. Yeah. Okay. Agate is feeling like has been watching Coco, and even though Agate is a capital H hater, she softened a little bit because she sees how hardworking Coco is and how much Coco has grown, which is nice to see. Coco and Richie are being motivated. They're encouraged to try to keep studying and to grow. We learn the character we don't really know the most about of our various apprentices. We find out that Richie does not want to, and we learn later that she only wants to use spells that she came up with. And then we the audience get a look at her dreams, where she is being praised by her older brother for her individuality and creativity. So that is fueling her desire to just come up with her own spells and not learn a bunch of other bullshit. She's not gonna, when the fuck is she ever going to need to know that? She didn't say anything like that, but that is to me the implication. So it's weird episode 11 to be like, and here's some character motivations, but sure. Everybody's traveling to the Serpent Back Cave. Our girl, Region, was not gonna go. She's basically just been brought there against her will. So she's fucking pissed about this. This is field work. This is doing the test of the sincerity of the shield. They meet Alaria, and I couldn't figure out how they pronounce this character's name. Weenie? I'm going to say Weenie. I listened to it several times. I didn't listen to the dub. I listened to the Japanese voice say this character's name a couple times and tried to figure it out unsuccessfully. I don't know. So we'll go with Weenie. But basically, sorry, I just got to find C. Here's a C. That's a D. Wait. Is this a C? Yeah, okay, that's also a C. Okay. Let's see. I need two of these here. She has been chastised by her teacher for failing the test all the time. So the idea is that there are weird little guys that they have to escort through the cave, and they have to use magic, but they can't expose that they're using magic. The The Murphans are like, as I said, weird little guys. Like, there's no better explanation for these things. They're just weird little dudes. They're like Eastern European griffins, but they're more like trolls. Like, I don't fucking know. I can't tell you exactly what they're weird little dudes is what I will say. So they get disguised, and Queefree's just like, hey, reaching, like, you're going to this test will help you out a lot. You want to take this. I know you didn't want to do it, but like this test is going to be important. You want to do this test. So agrees. The new character that's also taking the test again gets ditched by their teacher, and people are like, "What the fuck?" The other witches are like, "Come on, man." So everybody starts the test. This is Eget and Ricci and Ingui take the test with Alaria proctoring, and they go into it, and then Queefree's just like, hey, fun fact about this cave. It formed because of forbidden magic that was used. And that's how the episode ends. And so my immediate thought was, well, that's not going to be fucking good. That's not going to be good at all. I wonder if the people that use forbidden magic that have been testing Coco and pushing Coco, I wonder if they are going to show up in the place that was changed due to forbidden magic years ago. Anyway, we've got 2 more episodes. Shit might be fucked. Might be rough. I don't know. Wait. This looks like. See. I don't remember which one is. Okay, that goes like that. All right, that goes like that. Okay. Sorry, I got confused here on how this leg goes together. I am now not confused. I think I'm good. I think I know how this goes together. I already did one of these legs. You'd think I would be like confident since I already did one, but the answer to that would be nope. Nope. All right, let's talk about the other anime that I've been watching here. Marriagetoxin. Things got pretty fucking cool in this one. So last episode, things got fucking wild. There's like splicing DNA to make people, and like there's a clock ticking, and there's fighting, and people being controlled, and they got to take down the boar master, the beast master, to like fix stuff. And there's like a somebody that hunts hunters, the hunter that hunts the various masters, which is not necessarily an enemy of our guy. And then the big villain, Toshiro, realizes that Hikaru's blood is like the perfect catalyst for combining DNA of different masters, because his clan, the poison clan, they are immune to poisons. So it's one of those things you're like, well, yeah, duh, that's probably like a thing that you could have figured out if you're like a brilliant mad scientist. You probably could have figured that out. But anyway, our guy's definitely not doing super great. Arashiyama cooks her family's traditional meal called anything gruel. This is a fun scene, and Hikaru eats it. That is against his clan's teaching. They usually never eat food prepared by somebody else. And And then Arashiyama gets kidnapped. Because you're like, oh, are they like having like a meet cute, like a love connection? But no. Like she, they have been flirting. She does have a crush on him, but that didn't last long. Because a bunch of koala masters show up, and that distracts Hikaru. So Arashiyama gets kidnapped, and she's in a lab with a bunch of other people that are captives. And those are people that are also being experimented on. Lasper says he somehow hasn't died from a diet consisting solely of candy. Yeah. I mean, poison masters. They're made of stronger stuff than you and I, Lashbrook. Hikaru takes a bunch of stimulants. Reichert syndrome, indeed. Takes a bunch of stimulants because it has to fight. Because he's got to fight 100 different animal masters. And it's not looking great for our guy. Because he's very fucking strong, but not that goddamn strong. He considers taking a triple dose of the stimulant, although he's been warned that even poison masters can overdose on it, so it was like a thing he never wanted to do, but things are looking fucking bleak, and he's got a rescue mission to do. But then the water master, Suzuki, shows up. The first master that we met that wasn't our poison master, who, like, they didn't even really flirt that much. He kind of, but not really. But yeah, Shizuku shows up because Mei hired her to help Hiraku as a repayment, because you may remember that she was in a diving suit because she is allergic to oxygen, just regular oxygen. But apparently he made a cream that manages her allergy. So, like, this is like a repayment, basically. So she wasn't there just out of the kindness of her heart. But it is one of those things where I was like, oh, cool. I kind of like this character. They work together and make a mist out of poison, like so it's like which a combined effort, which knocks out their attackers. And Shizuku kind of is just like a little flirty here. She gets thanked, and she's not used to being thanked by a handsome dude. And then meanwhile, Mei is talking to Nakagawa, the hunter, basically just like, yeah, he doesn't know, but this is somebody that maybe he could marry. Which, again, we talked about this before, makes a lot of fucking sense. Like, if he marries someone that is also a master, then they wouldn't be freaked out by what his job is of being an assassin and the poison master. Like, it makes the most sense. And instead they were like finding other people for him to like marry and have to lie to. And it was like, yeah, that's probably the way to go. Whatever. Meanwhile, Arashiyama, we get some backstory of Arashiyama and how she came to fall in love with Hikaru. That he was hired to assassinate some organ traffickers. And those organ traffickers had captured her. So this is not the first time that she has been abducted. And weirdly, this memory awakens a hidden power within her that her clan had been dormant in her clan, and she can control rats. And she uses all of the rats to transmit her voice to the prisoners, to urging them to like escape and seek revenge. She's basically trying to do like a prison riot in a way, which is interesting. I was just like, oh, she's like kind of weak, but kind of interesting. So it's like, yeah, okay. Like that's kind of fun. Like she focuses on hamsters, but her clan used to be able to talk to rats, and so now she can't, which is good because like her ability doesn't really help much in this situation. I was not expecting that. That was a fun episode. Um, I really like it. I talked about this before. Marriagetoxin was not necessarily. I was aware that this is a fun show. It was not on my radar as being something that I had to watch. The animation is really great. Usually with these kind of shows that are like, oh, it's an action comedy. The action isn't always like top notch or like fully fleshed out, or like some episodes are better than others. This show just looks really good. Its fight scenes, I think, are really well choreographed and presented really strongly. And then also, it is funny and cool. I'm digging it. The idea that there are just for like different clans and stuff, like they've really expanded on it and built out a wacky world where you're like, yeah, all right. Like, you know, you got to have your suspension of disbelief pretty active and activated for this. But like for the most part, it's like, yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, yes, this makes total sense what's happening right now. Okay. Yeah. You're using a bunch of threads to make a giant monster. Sure. Okay. It's just pretty goofy, but it is enjoyably goofy, is what I will say. All right, let's build these side skirts. I'll have to panel line these before we put them on, but once we're done, we're basically body complete on this kit, except for the backpack, which we won't finish tonight, but we will on Saturday for sure. And unfortunately, I won't do the stickers. There are a couple stickers left, but that'll be something that I'll just skip them and then do them on Saturday stream. That's the plan anyway. All right. We've got some time in the stream here left for us to do my favorite segment of Pat Baer's Bill with Baer Workshop, which is hearing from you, friends. I would love to know, what are you up to? What are you into? What are you playing? What are you watching? You know, what are you reading? What are you listening to? I always love hearing from you about those things. You doing any model kit building out there? Anybody building right now? They got any builds they want to tell me about? They got anything going on? I always love hearing from you about those things and things. So please feel free to let me know, and I'll give you time to write that stuff out while I tell you that Do You Even Forklift is great. The video game Do You Even Forklift. I went back and played more of it today because I figured out what the other thing was. There's an item you can collect in every stage, and I went back and did the ones I didn't do previously. There's one other thing going on in that game that is more annoying to set up, but there is a thing you have to do in the overworld, and then you can do it in the regular game. So I did that. That's really fun. If you didn't see my stream on Tuesday, you missed out. There's an archive on my YouTube, and it's fun. That is a fun ass video game. It is a puzzle game where you have to complete small tasks. There is limited information. You kind of just have to use clues. Also, as mentioned, that there is no option to change. There are colors. There are cars of different colors, and you have to know what the color is for some stuff. But there is no option. There is no setting to for folks that are colorblind. So that is a important note that I should have mentioned when I was tweeting about playing the game or skeeting about playing the game, and I didn't, and I apologize for that. But hopefully, they will be. It is a solo dev out of Poland, and hopefully they will come up with a solution for some folks. Just like write the word blue down instead of just the color blue. Something like that would help people out. But I've been a good time with that and played a little more of that. That was a fun stream. That's a fun game. It's like $8. Having a good time with that. Harold says, I've been playing a bit of Rune Dice. Also, a bunch of retro games. Nice. I am also, friends, in the hunt for... I am currently in the hunt for demos to play, because we're going to do a Steam demo stream next Tuesday. I made that decision, so the 16th, there'll be that. I have two games to demo. I have the Pixel Washer demo, and I have the a demo for Milky Delivery, which is you are a milk lady. You're delivering milk. Bicycle player delivering milk. And there is a demo for that right now. And it looks very cute. So I'm going to play that. So if you do have ideas for other games that you think I should check the demo out, feel free to let me know. I should just go through more of Wholesome Direct looking for things. I probably need like 4 demos, like 3 or 4 demos. But I know those 2 I want to check out. So if you have suggestions for some demos, you can throw them my way as well. And I might end up playing those demos on the stream next Tuesday. Let's see. You should check out Tanuki Pawn's Summer. Oh yeah, I should check out Tanuki Pawn's Summer. You're right, Lashbrook. I'm gonna write that down. You are right. That could be a good one for me to check out. Yes, you're right. But yeah, if you have any demo suggestions, let me know. I might put them on there. And in general, just excited for some demos. That's a fun time. I've had the Pixel Washer demo for a while. I should actually just try it out. But I also have to like load every demo and make sure they all work on my system and all that. They all should, but sometimes things get a little wonky. Sometimes demos aren't great, just don't run right. Or I find out, oh, actually, don't want to play this game. Turns out, don't like this demo. Don't want to do it. Laura Crashin says, I've been playing a recent indie release called Lexispell. That is a lot of fun, or Lexispell. It's basically a Balatro-style roguelike, but within the framework of a spelling game like Scrabble. Ooh, okay, that sounds fun. That's neat. I like the sound of that. All right, we are just about body complete on this kit. All that's left is the big backpack to build, which we will get started tonight. And then also this kit has a transformation, which we will, of course, do on... and our dude, Sting Oakley, there is a stand. We don't even have to build anything. We just have to pop it out. We can put him on the stand. But we have to do have to build this big backpack. And then there is a transformation that we can do if we want. But yeah. Card right there. There's our boy Sting. Sting just hanging out. Piloting the Chaos Gundam. His clothes are like, other than, he doesn't have any green on him, but his clothes are like the same colors as the kit, which is fun. As I said, he doesn't have any green going on there. I guess his hair is greenish, so that counts. Yeah, his hair counts as green. Very silly. This is a very silly addition to be in there. I don't know if there's anything else going on with me. Watched wrestling last night, which was a good time. I had a good time with that. Also been watching more Star Trek and enjoying seeing baby Clint Howard as an alien the crew got to meet after a tense ship-to-ship showdown. Yes, the Clint Howard alien is a weird thing. Very strange. Yes. Legendarily weird thing. BCD. Hold on a second. Sorry. There it is. That's D. D is over here. Okay. There it is. Okay. CD, and then we'll start working on this. Like I said, we're not going to finish this tonight, but we'll get a good chunk of it worked on here. Especially dubbing his voice so he doesn't sound like a child. And yes, I finished listening to the Nextlander podcast, the Watchcast for Action Park, which is a documentary I've already seen. I just never got around to listening to their episode. And it was fun because, of course, they would talk about Gethard, Chris Gethard, old buddy of mine from the UCB days, who is also like a guy that still lives in New Jersey and is kind of very New Jersey. He did a whole album where every track, a comedy album where every track is a different area of New Jersey he's talking about. Like what's their deal in Bayonne? Like what's going on over there? Just like, and then references to a bunch of things that happen in various areas in New Jersey. So of course he had been to Action Park because he's the right age to go there, and he used in the documentary, which I knew, I just had forgotten. It's been a long time since I thought about that documentary. Sorry, it's hard to see what's going on in these. It's hard to read the letters on this polycat, so my apologies. They finally put some new regular show episodes up on HBO Max, and streaming the opening episode about how streaming is destroying the concept of ownership is very funny. After the direct, I decided to pick up Echoes of Wisdom again, as I never beat it, says Lashbrook. Also been playing Valheim and beat a new boss after many deaths, and I'm excited to be able to do the next zone. Hell yeah! That's awesome to hear. Congrats. Good luck to you on getting out there and trying the new zone rules. I'm still playing Hearthstone every day. There is an expansion for Hearthstone coming out in July, so I will, of course, do a stream of that at some point. Probably the day it comes out, because my July is going to be a little busy. But I will do a stream in July of that. I got a email here. Post. Okay. I'll check that out later. Getting this polycap to sit in here is being really weird. I don't know why. But it's this polycap is just not sitting right in this plastic. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Is this PCD? Like, I'm looking now, I'm like second guessing myself. It was that a C instead of a D. It's actually kind of hard to tell. I think this is a D. I don't know why I'm having such trouble with this, but I am. So this is going to go like that. Like, I understand that's going to go like that. This needs to go in here. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, these are all the same size. I might have messed up and used a D somewhere instead of a C. Okay, no, that fits there. All right, well, we're going with that. I don't know what was going on. Why this wasn't fitting right, but it wasn't. Either way, I did figure out something. I get that went in there. And then this goes like this. And then I need A34 and B8. Yeah. But yeah, new Hearthstone expansion coming out next month. So I've been playing, trying to get my rank up, get some gold. Really, what I need to do is just complete quests and get a bunch of gold, so that when the expansion comes out, I can buy a bunch of packs. Always like doing that. When is that actually? Sorry, let me look that up. When is That expansion. Next. Hearthstone. Expansion 2026. Let's see. No, that was Catalyst. This is Escape from Violent Hold, July 7th. Okay. So I could do that. That'll be the first Tuesday of the month. Great. Okay. Excellent. I now know what I'm streaming on July 7th. I'll just play that. I'll try to like find some new decks to do or just augment my current decks, and I'll do a July 7th stream of that. Great. Easy. Figure that out. And then I need... Okay, yeah, so I'm definitely something happened here. This is not the right polycap for this space, which means that I used a D somewhere when I was supposed to use a C or something, because this piece does not fit into this polycap. So yeah, I fucked up somewhere on the polycaps, and I don't know how to fix that. Yeah, because these are all C's. Polycap D was over here, and I must have used a D instead of a C at some point, which is bad, because that's not going to fit into here. So I guess I can just like go back through and look. I don't know how to fix that. Does any of these feel like too tight? No, they all fit in, so I don't even know. Those are F's, yeah. These were all C's here. But everything like fit. Nothing didn't fit. There. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I fucked up. I fucked up somewhere, folks. I don't know where I fucked up. But I did fuck up. I put in some D's somewhere where it shouldn't, where I should have used C's, I guess. I don't know how I did that. Yeah, because... Huh. We don't use those. It even says you don't use all the D that are written down here, the polycap Ds. But somehow I did. Huh. Well, I could steal the piece that's out. You know, I could do that. Okay, I can do that. I'm not going to be using, I don't need this peg, so I can take the D piece out of here and take that, because I'm not going to be putting anything in where that arm goes. I don't think. I don't expect to. So I can do that. That'll fix my issue. I mean, it doesn't fully fix the issue, but it sort of fixes the issue. There. Okay. Yeah, so now I can't, which is fine. I wasn't planning on putting anything into that peg hole there. But it's weird. It's weird that I fucked that up. I'm like, where is the PCD that I like didn't end up using? Where did that end up? Where did I use that instead of a C, which I guess I now have extras of? I don't have an answer for you. I don't know. I don't know how I fucked that up like that, but I did. All right. Now I'm just fixing my mistake. And then hopefully I won't turn out on Saturday that I'm trying to like finish this thing. Then I'm like, oh, I wasn't supposed to do that. I needed this peg in there this whole time or something. And there is a difference between these two. One is remarkably, yeah, there's a big difference. So wherever I used a D instead of a C, it's wild that didn't fuck everything up. But yeah, that is that goes into the spot that it was supposed to go into very easily, almost like it's the right piece. Always double check your polycaps, people. Now they are the letters on here are really hard for me to see, because of the way my lighting is. So I understand why that happened, but I'm still like kind of surprised that happened. Okay, there we go. Great. That did what it was supposed to do. This can now open like this. Did the thing that it was supposed to do this whole time, which is great. Jesus, that was a weird problem to run into. Hopefully, I don't run into any other issues where I need a polycap D, because I don't have any more. I don't think so. I think I'm okay now. I think I got by. Now I do need A34, which is this piece here. A34 is, yeah, this piece here. And that goes... Oh, and there. Yeah. That's part of the cockpit here. So... Well... Okay, so it goes like this. Granted, just right at the end of this build, run into some issues. One of which is like my fault, like totally. Like I gotta be clear. Like one of these issues that I had is just completely and utterly a me problem. But the other issue, not a me problem. Gotta make that clear. I'm like trying to like look ahead and be like, okay. How is this supposed to go in here? How is it supposed to look? I'm like having trouble lining this up right, and it's like, okay, well, where is it supposed to go and how is it supposed to work? Eventually it looks like that. There's a piece that goes in there. I'm just kind of like looking ahead to make sure that I'm like, okay, can I figure this out? Can I figure out what else I need to do with this? This piece here. Still have some stuff left on this thing. I assume it's supposed to go like this. There is a little guide here for how this goes together. Like, and I'm like trying to... It's like this. So it goes in like this. But how that works, I don't know yet. Oh, okay. All right, great. It looks like that when it's done. Excellent. That's a weird piece to go in there. All right, we'll wrap it up there. And I've got more to do, obviously. I got to figure this backpack out here and finish it. And then we'll be also starting the Gustav Karl on Saturday. We'll wrap up this kit, start the next thing. Made a lot of progress on this kit. Body complete here. Just have to work on the backpack part. And I am excited about that. And I am excited for Saturday's stream because it'll be a good time. And I hope you'll join me for that stream on Saturday. Now, we're not done tonight. You know, I'm done, but we're not done because we have to go on a raid. That is how we end every stream around here. We're always got to go and see what's going on. So let's see what's going on with people and go hang out with them and see who is streaming right now. Who can we go raid? Rah is streaming. Fuck yeah, dude. The good Rah has been streaming for an hour. I did not know that. My friend Rah is just doing art. Doing some Photoshop nonsense. Working on some, I believe, stuff for album things, I think. I'm not quite sure what's going on with Rah, but Rah is doing something. And Rah is a good follow. So you should go hang out with my friend Vectroid. We're gonna go raid Vectroid live. Feel free, please come along on this raid. Come hang out with Rah. She's good people. And then also come back on Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern, as I finish this model kit and start a new one. That's going to be neat. You won't want to miss that. It'll be a good time. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Thanks for spending time with me on the stream, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.